Juan Barron, the man accused of a Hawaii Ridge murder dating back to 2022, will not go to trial. That is after Barron changed his plea today, pleading guilty after originally pleading not guilty in 2022. He now faces a life sentence with the possibility of parole. Barron's sentencing is set for July the 3rd.
Barron killed his former lover, 73-year-old Gary Ruby, at his Hawaii Ridge home. Ruby's body was found encased in concrete in a bathtub at the East Oahu home. Ruby's brother Lorne and niece Maya tell Island News they're disappointed by what happened today.
I believe that if the facts were able to be put before a jury, he would have been convicted of intentional premeditated murder and with extenuating circumstances that would have kept him in prison for life. That was the outcome I had hoped for.
The family says they believe Barron's plea change feels calculated and the easiest path, and they don't believe he has any remorse for what he did. They say, surprisingly, this isn't the first time they've had to deal with the emotional trauma of a murder in their family.
My niece on my wife's side was murdered by an abusive husband. We've been through the process of going to parole hearings and having the scabs pulled off our wounds every couple of years. I'm sorry to leave that legacy to Maya.
Take it because I think for the safety of people that he doesn't belong out.
The family says the fact that Barron could eventually get out of prison is a failure of the justice system. Barron's defense attorney says that his client will issue a statement at his sentencing on the 3rd of July.
Juan Barron wanted to take responsibility in this case for quite some time. However, we had discovered that the originally assigned deputy prosecutor had given presentations to members of the public that included photographic evidence from this case, unbeknownst to either the defense or the court. Fortunately, prosecuting attorney Stephen Ulm removed her from the case. Thereafter, we were able to have favorable settlement discussions with his department that ended up in a plea agreement where my client can seek his freedom, potentially, after serving 20 years of prison.
By accepting this deal, prosecutors agreed not to seek a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Anybody who gets that kind of sentence is going to appeal the case. And that could drag the case out for many, many years. It could produce less finality for the victim's family, and it could also produce less finality for the entire system. So to have a result like this, where the person is agreeing to serve a life sentence with 20 years minimum, that's a pretty good outcome if you're giving up the chance of a potential appeal that could start everything over again and produce less finality for the victim's family.
According to his attorney, Barron has also overstayed his visa, so if he is ever granted parole, he would be deported back to his home country of Colombia.